For this other part, we're looking for the magnitude, which is just the length or the distance of the vector. It's always going to be about the 0, 0, so we just need to get the difference of the x and of the y. So let's take a look over here. This notation means that it's actually the difference between the x's and the difference between the y's. So we can set it up this way, that the vector d is equal to the square root of the x value, which is -5 squared, plus the y value, which is 2 squared. That's the square root of 25 plus 4, which equals the square root of 29. I don't need the decimal approximation. Let's try that again. So this tells you already that this is the difference of the x's and difference of the y, because it's set at the origin of 0, 0. So the magnitude is just the the distance formula of the x's, -2 squared plus 1 squared. That is equal to the square root of 4 plus 1, which equals the square root of 5. For the other part, we have the direction, and what we're looking for on the direction is the angle from the origin. So we start here and go this way, and that's what we're looking for. On here, we have that this side would be the opposite of that angle we're looking for, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. And this is 1, 2, 3 units on the adjacent. So this one was the opposite, and this is the adjacent, making it tangent that we have to do over the opposite over the adjacent. To get the angle measure, we do the inverse tangent of 5 divided by 3. And we put that in the calculator to get that decimal approximation. All right, so on this one, your x value is always the adjacent, the y value is always the opposite, so we have tangent of theta is equal to opposite 2 divided by -5. We use the inverse tangent to get that 2, -5, that decimal approximation, which becomes this negative answer. And we haven't had a negative angle before, so why is this negative? That's actually not the correct answer, and let me show you why. If we were to plot this point, so we have -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a +2, 1, 2. And if I say that 2 is our opposite, that's right here, and 5 is our adjacent, then we're looking for this angle. Remember what I told you is that we have to measure this from the origin to get our angle. So actually we're going to have 180, because that's what it would be if it was a flat line. And we're going to subtract that angle that we got. So 180 minus 21.8, and that's equal to 158.2. So I'm going to skip this one and go to this one just to make sure that you understand that if we had this over here, we are at a +5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and -1 is over here. And we drew the triangle like this because that's our vector. That means that the opposite is that -1 and the adjacent is a 5. We still got tangent, but take a look at this. We start from the 0, 0 and go this way. So for this one, whatever answer you're going to get, you're going to subtract it from 360 degrees, which is a full circle.